there's two paths when it comes to life. There's a positive path and there's a negative path. But in the end, you choose which path you want to follow. I'm a little bit sick, if I'm being honest. If there's anything I've learned as I've gotten older, it's that there's two paths when it comes to life. There's a positive path and there's a negative path. But in the end, you choose which path you want to follow. Now, what I mean by this is you can choose to hold a grudge against people who hurt you and choose to remember every bad thing that happened between you and that person or those people. Or you can choose to think about every good thing that person did for you. So, for an example, one of my friends, his name is Evan. I ended up getting a job a year after I met him. So like before I got that job, we used to play a lot of Minecraft and stuff like that, and we used to have a lot of fun together. But then I got a job and I kind of stopped having as much energy to do things with him. So I stopped hanging out with him because I just didn't have as much energy to hang out, and I always felt really bad about that. But the thing is that like I ended up coming back a little bit later. I think it was around like the March break or something. I can't really remember, but I had a while that I could just like hang out with my friends for. So I chose to do that. I chose to hang out with him a little bit more around that time, and I ended up like reconnecting with a lot of my old friends that I couldn't really talk to for a while. So, and that was a lot of fun. And they invited me to the circle that they were around after I got a job. Because after I got a job, my friends kind of made like new friends and whatnot. So after I got into their circle, me and all these people hung out and we played Minecraft and everything was kind of good. But then like things happened and drama got started. There's a lot of like constant bickering and arguing between us. And eventually I just got so fed up that I ended up losing control and I said some things that I didn't mean. And I said those things about those people in that group, and I'm willing to admit that was pretty dumb of me to do. But I've told Evan this before, that like anything I say when I'm that mad, I don't mean. Can guarantee you, like 99.9% of what I say when I get mad, I don't mean. And I know that doesn't excuse the fact that I said those things, but I told him that, so I was like, you have no reason to tell them what I said. But anyway, he went and told them, even after I told him that I didn't mean any of it, and it caused a lot of drama. Like now these people don't really like me anymore, and you know what? I don't really blame them. I'm not gonna force people to like hang out with me and stuff like that. But it kind of caused a lot of problems between us, and now I don't really hang out with those people because it's just awkward now. Like it's hard to hang out with people who don't really like you anymore. But anyway, so where I'm going with this is that, I could either choose to hate my friend for doing all of those things to me, and I could choose to hold a grudge against him and never forgive him for that, and act like I'm 100% in the right for what I did, which I know I'm not. Or I can choose to think about all of the benefits of having him in my life, like all those good times we had, like I can choose to think of those. And I can choose to say to myself, well, you know what? I want more times like that. So, yeah, that's kind of what life's like, Like, if you truly want to forgive somebody, just try and think about all of the benefits of having them in your life. And try and think about all those good things they did for you. Like, all those times that, like, you needed help and they helped you. Or when they give you a gift on your birthday, or a gift for Christmas, or when they allowed you to talk to them when you were really upset. or when they tried to help you find solutions to your problems, you know? I mean, it could really be anything. Like, so yeah, in the end, you choose which path of life you want to follow. So if you want to be happy, well then try and think about those kinds of things, like the good things in people. Or if you're okay with being miserable for the rest of your life, well, I mean, that's your choice. But anyway, I just thought I wanted to talk about this. You know, just kind of wanted to mention it. But anyway, that's kind of about it. So I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I apologize. I'm a little bit sick. Yeah. I caught a cold recently from one of my other friends. See, and like that's another thing. Like I can choose to be all salty and mad at Chris for giving me this cold, or I can choose to just accept the fact that it's not gonna be like this forever. And just say to myself, well, like, I mean, he didn't do it on purpose, like, but anyway, just thought I'd mention that. All right, goodbye.